downstairs. Let's go get ready to stretch. Let's go downstairs. All right. Let's go downstairs. We're getting ready to stretch. Well, here we are. Hey, hi, my name is Ramon Zamora Jr., owner of Zap Boxing Club here in Walla Walla, Washington. Been here going on 3 years now. We do a lot of different types of exercises, you know, boxing exercises. My dad was a fighter, a professional fighter out of California. And, you know, when we were growing up, he used to always buy us boxing gloves, and we used to always kind of compete against each other. And, you know, my nephew coming up, and, you know, he'd stay with us a couple weekends.
I don't know, I just fell in love with it. And, you know, I admired Junior a lot. You know, he's my uncle, and, you know, and I knew boxing was part of his life, and he brought it into my life.
He came over one weekend, I recall, and we started, you know, doing what we always did. And then some of his friends started coming. Before you know it, we had a dozen people at the house. Boxing is a skill. Everything you guys do here with working your feet, working your hands, that's a skill. Being able to dodge a punch, that takes skill. Being able to do the cumbia, that takes skill. That takes skill.
Isn't being able to be quiet once in a while taking skill too?
Being able to be quiet?
Yeah.
You want me to be quiet?
Yes.
I love you. Go to the corner. As a young fighter, you know, it was always something that I've always done. You know, growing up and having, you know, 20-some amateur fights, winning the Golden Gloves. It was always something that I'd always wanted to do, was to host my very own in my own hometown. Battle in the Valley. Battle in the Valley today, we are hosting our very first USA Amateur Boxing event here in College Place, Washington, Walla Walla. First time in maybe a couple decades that we've had amateur boxing here in Walla Walla. So pretty excited about that. Every time I used to compete, you know, it was nerves, it was a fear. And I tell my students now, I go, that's good. I go, you want to have a little bit of fear of everything, because those that think that they are fearless are the ones that are going to be in trouble.
It's scary. It's, I mean, it's definitely scary. You know, you're in there, and you know, you wanna hit the guy, and the guy wants to hit you and stuff, and I mean, it gets scary after a while.
And Andy's is one of those guys that, you know, I fell in love with the first day he called me. You know, he just sounded real rough on the phone. Hi, I'm looking to box. I've never boxed in my life, and I'm in town for 3 or 4 months, and I heard about your gym. Do you mind if I come by?
Up in January, and he said, Abby, I'm taking the plunge. I'm gonna go for it and host a USA boxing tournament. You want to come home and be a part of it? compete, but it was just so much fun. So much fun. I didn't feel a thing.
They'll always be able to say, hey, I tried that sport. But we make it fun. I make it fun. I do. I make it fun. On Fridays, I beat him up a little bit, but I still make it fun. Hey, so we got one last Friday, guys, and why I'm saying that is that, hey, let's keep working hard. Let's keep working hard. That way we're sharp. We're sharp next week. Not only Burrito who's gonna fight, but you guys too, helping and all that. You still gotta stay sharp. Right? You still gotta stay sharp. But we gotta get him sharper. Okay, that part wasn't that funny.
Competing and everything to win and to lose, and it was kind of fun. But you give them their pain back. Yeah.
But when he first came in, he's been with me almost a little over a year. And when he first walked in, he'd always be bringing in burritos. He'd have a little tummy, and I go, well, how do you expect to get in shape eating those? Especially before we train. These are my favorite, Coach. I eat these all the time. My mom makes the best burritos. I grew up at the farm labor camp, working, in the fields, doing field work, cutting asparagus, topping onions. When my dad said, hey, you're old enough to jump that bin, you're old enough to start working.
It's definitely not something that pays. He puts in a lot more than he gets out.
We wanted it to be free, but of course, there's expenses, there's, bills that need to be paid. We just put a dollar figure of $25, and granted, I don't enforce that. I always knew that this is what I wanted, and I think this is what the man upstairs wanted me to do, was to be involved with the community, to give back to these little guys. This is my time to just do what I enjoy doing, and that's, the boxing, the sweet science of boxing.